Welcome everyone, you're watching Viewpoint with me, Shivani Gupta. Since May 2 verdict, there have been dozens of post-poll violence cases reported in West Bengal. Brutal murders, bomb attacks, gang rapes, beatings, even an exodus from the state. Is the state batting an eyelid? Victims say no. Now 2 gang rape victims have knocked the doors of the Supreme Court for justice.
একই পরিবারের 2 মহিলা রেপ, মানিকচকে 9 বছরের বালিকা, 60 বছরের বয়স্ক একজন মানুষের দ্বারা ধর্ষিত। কোথায় গেছে নারী সুরক্ষা?
There are more and more victims who continue to knock the doors of courts. They're not just eminent personalities from West Bengal who are writing letters, but now 2 gang rape victims have knocked the doors of the Supreme Court, and what they have said is actually shocking. Horrific stories that are coming to light. This is the account of the 60-year-old who's one of the petitioners in front of the Supreme Court. TMC workers barged into my house and assaulted me. These are all taken from the petitioner. I was gang raped in front of my 6-year-old son. Can you imagine the horror? Grandson. TMC workers used rape as a weapon to take revenge. More and more of them are coming out to say exactly this, that crimes are being facilitated or at least turned a blind eye to by inaction of state authorities and police. Several courts have also now asked the police to present their side. There is a 17-year-old whose account we have also accessed. I was gang raped by TMC workers, left to die in a jungle. TMC leader Bahadur SK then warned me against filing a complaint. Can you imagine the terror that has been struck in the hearts of those allegedly who are sympathetic or supporters of the BJP? TMC leader threatened to burn my house and kill my family. Cops pressuring my family saying sisters will meet same fate. This is the kind of horror that is prevailing, and more of these victims are now coming out and talking not just to the media but also are bringing their stories in light to the Supreme Court as a last resort, of course, because nothing else seems to be working. Joining me also first up on the show, on the phone line, is the son of 60-year-old survivor who has now moved the Supreme Court. सबसे पहले मैं आपसे ये पूछना चाहूँगी कि exactly उस दिन हुआ क्या? इल्ज़ाम ये लगाया है कि टीएमसी वर्कर्स आए थे आपके घर में, उन्होंने गैंग रेप किया है। सबसे पहले मैं आपसे ये पूछना चाहूंगी कि आपको क्यों यकीन है कि ये टीएमसी के ही लोग थे?
टीएमसी का तो आदमी था। वो लोग रात को 12 बजे आया और शेख उस्मान आया था, उनका साथ और भी आदमी था। वो लोग भी मतलब आए थे, लेकिन अभी तो वो लोग गांव में है, घूम रहे। उस्मान को तो पकड़ लिया, लेकिन वो लोग को तो अभी पकड़ा नहीं। वो लोग तो ऐसे है, मतलब गांव में घूम रहे हैं।
तो क्या पुलिस आपकी कोई मदद नहीं कर रही है इस केस में?
नहीं, पुलिस तो कुछ नहीं कर रहा है। वो लोग का साथ, मतलब वो लोग का साथ दे रहा है, हम लोग का नहीं दे रहा है।
आपकी लास्ट बात क्या हुई पुलिस से? उन्होंने क्या बोला है कि एक को ही क्यों गिरफ्तार किया है, बाकी 3 को क्यों नहीं किया है, जबकि नाम लिया गया है?
क्यों ना, वो तो मेरे को मालूम नहीं है। पुलिस एक को गिरफ्तार किया है, मतलब पकड़ा है, और तो 3 आदमी नहीं पकड़ा है। वो लोग घर का बाहर में था। अभी पुलिस कल वो लोग को छोड़ के गया है घर में।
आप अभी कोर्ट में भी गए हैं, आपकी माताजी कोर्ट में गई है, आप क्या उम्मीद रखते हैं सुप्रीम कोर्ट से?
सुप्रीम कोर्ट से उम्मीद है कि वो लोग को कड़ी से कड़ी सजा मिलना चाहिए, प्लस वो लोग को फांसी चाहिए, और जो लोग घूम रहे हैं वो लोग को भी पकड़ना चाहिए, मतलब और तीनों जो आसामी है।
एक आखिरी सवाल मैं आपसे पूछना चाहती हूँ कि क्या आपके ऊपर अटैक सिर्फ इसीलिए हुआ क्यों आप बीजेपी को सपोर्ट करते हैं?
मतलब गांव में तो हो रहा है, मतलब कभी आके बॉम्ब मारता है, किसी का घर में धमकी देता है, फिर किसी का घर तोड़ देता है, किसी को मिलने से वो लोग मारता है, ऐसे ही है। मतलब कभी कभी आता है ऐसे करके जाता है। कभी भी मतलब हम लोग ठीक से रह नहीं सकता घर में, डर लगता है घर में रहने के लिए। कभी वो लोग आ सकता है, कुछ भी कर सकता है, कहीं नहीं जा सकता है। मतलब जो छोटा छोटा बच्चा आदमी लोग वो लोग को छोड़ के नहीं जा सकता है।
Ji. So clearly this is happening not just to him but to several other families, and many of them have obviously already come out in the open to talk about it. I thank him for speaking to us. Quite a horror that is prevailing. Saurav Sikdar, spokesperson of BJP West Bengal, Riju Datta, spokesperson of the TMC, Sai Deepak, Supreme Court lawyer who's also fighting one of these petitions, also Mohit Mudgal, lawyer who's very well apprised with the case that we're talking about, especially of the gang rape survivors. I want to go across to Riju Datta first. Riju, you know, the new government has a responsibility to each and every citizen, each and every resident of West Bengal. If you look at these horror stories coming to light, if you look at the exodus pictures, people moving to Assam, that doesn't seem to be the case. BJP supporters, workers are single-handedly being targeted. What is the state government doing?
Shivani, let me tell you this on record that the government of West Bengal has a no-violence policy. You know, the victims of these heinous crimes, these women, they have knocked the doors of the highest judiciary in the country.
And why have they?
Can I finish, please? So I will only say this, that the perpetrators of this crime, irrespective of their political color or political affiliation, will face the full wrath of the law, whether advised by the Supreme Court or by the state machinery. And like they said, one arrest has been made, and I'm sure they all will be put behind bars, irrespective of whatever political color they have, because these kind of heinous crimes cannot be spared and cannot be condoned. That's one part of it. The second part of it is, I will state this on record. I have seen the, agreements that have been filed at the Supreme Court. They have mentioned the date, 3rd of May. If you know, 2nd of May, the results have come out. Mamata Banerjee was sworn in on the 5th of May. So between 2nd to 5th of May, the law and order machinery was still under the election commission's
a month
control.
has passed since then, Riju. Now they have gone to the court saying the police is not nabbing the culprits. They have named 4. Only 1 has been arrested. You heard the conversation I had with the victim's son.
And I fully sympathize with him, but I am sure, as a spokesperson sitting on your channel, he only said 1 has been arrested, 3 has been not. So I'm sure there's an investigation underway. How can I sit here and say that the police is not doing anything? Police has arrested 1, and I'm
this is
sure
not the only case, Riju.
I am sure there are other cases, and these heinous crimes, like I'm saying, Shivani, that we have the strictest law of the land against any crimes against women in Bengal, because we have a women chief minister. We do not support this, and they will be dealt.
What happened in the case of Shobha? You came out and said that.
No, I will.
No, but you came out and said that nothing of the sort happened. Despite the woman's own statement on record on camera.
In that particular case, Shivani, I will again say that that was a complete political frame-up by BJP to gain some ground in Bengal. I know the truth, and the people of Bengal know the truth in that particular case. It was a complete frame-up by BJP to get some mileage and some ground during the elections in Bengal.
I will give Saurav an opportunity to respond to you. So, Riju Datta is saying, Saurav, that TMC has a no policy, no violence policy. Obviously, we all know how violence is writ large as far as Bengal politics is concerned. The last 10 years, TMC has ruled. I don't think there is any data to suggest that violence in Bengal has come down. Let's also look at the history. First, the TMC denied anything happened after May 2. Then they said some cases have happened. Then they said we have also suffered, in the sense that TMC workers have also come under attack. Then, then they say that this is all politics. Then some compensation is allowed. I am not clear where the TMC or the government stands on this. Because there are some who continue to say this is some political conspiracy. Others will say we want justice, but nothing is moving on ground. The governor is talking about it day in, day out. The courts are asking for reports. Today, the government has insisted that no, all violence is not post-poll violence.
Well, I have listened what Riju said, and I hope Riju will allow me to speak. The thing is, why we are debating today in a matter, I mean, this is a most heinous crime. And, why should we debate that? Culprit should be behind the bar. We have to debate on that, whether that crime has happened or not. Secondly, Mamata Banerjee is not acting as a CM of West Bengal. she is still acting as a leader of TMC, supreme of TMC, and she is trying to hide her cadres. And unfortunately or fortunately, all these accused, they are from a particular community. Is this the reason why that law and I mean police and other system are not acting it properly? I mean, Riju was telling about 3rd May. From 2nd May till yesterday, we lost 37 of our workers' life. I mean, in Bengal, there is no value for any opposition parties' workers' life because they are only their fault was they are supporting a Bharatiya Janata Party. Now,
in any other state, one second, Saurav, I want to bring in Sai and Mohit here also. In any, I mean, Sai, would I be wrong to say that if something like this had come to light, even let's say 10% of what has transpired in West Bengal in the last 1 month, there have been outrage? I mean, thousands of people from West Bengal on record have had to leave the state. They are unable to return. In our lifetime, we are witnessing an exodus from an Indian state to another Indian state. And, you know, TMC is acting as if, you know, all is hunky-dory.
Not only that, they have to pay lots of penalty for returning their home. Either they have to pay money, or they have to pay their corpse, or they have to pay their fees. I mean, is it in India?
Okay, Saurav, let Sai respond. This is despite NCW, NCPCR, High Court, Supreme Court, all seized of the matter.
Yes, yes. I mean,
Sai, Saurav, Sai, please. Sai, Deepak, please.
Yeah. So as someone who's representing a couple of petitioners before the Supreme Court and the High Court, I will state whatever has been presented to the court so that at least your viewers have a clear picture of what is the range of atrocities that has been committed, not just for political affiliation, but specifically for religious affiliation also. Anyone and everyone who's chanted Jai Shri Ram has been persecuted or gang raped, has been vandalized, or has been rendered a refugee. In fact, before the Calcutta High Court, where a constitution bench is currently seized of the matter, I have heard submissions to the extent of even saying from the state government that there has been no poll violence, and then it stopped immediately on the 9th, and after the High Court pulled up the state government for having released statements to the media that the poll violence has stopped, and actually putting those words in the mouth of the High Court when the High Court never said such a thing. Not just that, the fact of the matter is a whole host of offences, from murder to gang rapes to thievery. In fact, power has been shut down at the dead of the night in certain sensitive districts because of the religious demographic, and atrocities are being committed on women so that the rest of the population can be terrorized. And as the previous panelist rightly pointed out, from Diamond Harbour to Birbhum to Nanur, people who have been asked to get out of their houses and villages are being asked to pay anywhere between 25,000 to 2.5 lakhs for them to be able to come back. The police is not registering complaints. That is a fact. And in fact, Derek O'Brien goes to the extent of bullying people on Twitter to say that there has been no gang rape and anybody who actually speaks of it will be legally persecuted. When the fact of the matter is the National Commission of Women has come out with a press release, a statement, a report of sorts to specifically endorse the fact that gang rapes have happened. Now, petitioners, specifically aggrieved parties, approached the Supreme Court, and still the state government of West Bengal shamelessly lies through its teeth before the constitutional courts of this country, both the High Court and the Supreme Court. But it's not enough to simply blame the High Court or the state government for that matter, for the simple reason that now that the governor of the state has actually enough material to show that the constitutional machinery in the state is not responding to the people who are aggrieved, the center should step in because it has the right and the power and the duty to do so under Article 355. The center has been completely mum on this particular issue. At the very least, they have the obligation to ensure that law and order in a certain part of the country is restored when the state government is either incapable or is negligent or is complicit in stoking communal fires. That is the reality of the situation in West Bengal today. The fact of the matter is it's not just political violence, it is in fact religious persecution of Hindus that's going on. That is a fact, and there is no running away from it.
Mohit, I mean, again, I don't remember a time when so many cases are coming to light back to back from one state. after a certain period, after a certain political event has taken place, which is electoral results, what can we expect from our courts? Because I'm sorry to say, they've done more in cases where the victims were much less in number. Here we're talking about victims in thousands and thousands.
Yes, yes, indeed. So the unfortunate incidents of, let's understand what is happening with these applications that we're talking about, which are pending before the Supreme Court now, which are likely to come up in the due course.
Yeah.
These applications specifically talk about a transfer. What is, every individual is guaranteed a fundamental right for a fair investigation and an impartial trial. Now, therefore, these two ingredients are essential for any for the upholding of the fundamental rights of the citizens. What these petitions merely are saying that these petitions and the petitioners are seeking a transfer of these investigations, and for because it seems that in the state of West Bengal as of date, the constitutional mechanism has failed and the machinery is not working in favor of even anyone who's raising such an allegation in today's time. So that is what is bone chilling to an extent, and therefore the Supreme Court is likely to intervene on this issue, and because the demand is only for a fair trial, and for that the investigating agency is mandatorily required to be acting independently, and that is what is required.
Riju, I am not understanding how TMC representatives go to meet rape victims in other states, but there's not a single word being uttered by them on gang rape cases happening in the state after they have come to power.
See, Shivani, again I'll tell you, see, there are two parts of this. One, a victim who has been at the receiving end of a heinous crime, and she will get justice. She will get justice by the state machinery, not by anybody else. And the other part is where BJP from 2nd of May itself trying to create an atmosphere of fear. And I was hearing somebody else here also talking about, Hindus being the victims of this crime. This religious divide, this genocide attempt, this creation of atmosphere of fear to invoke Article 355 or 356 is not going to happen. It's falling futile.
No, since you use the word genocide, can I just remind you? TMC came out and used the word genocide after the Sitalkuchi fire.
Of course, yes.
Right?
Four people were shot dead by
now 17,000 people have been rendered homeless. They have to take refuge in another neighboring state. That you don't fight genocidal.
But nobody is killed. I do not. You have to understand. This is a.
Nobody is killed. Thank God.
This is a narrative that has been peddled by the BJP, and that is why you have to understand the political angle to it.
Sai wants to come in. No, we have seen the political angle for a month. Riju, please understand. Political differences aside, people cannot stop talking about victims of Exodus in our living lifetimes. We heard these horror stories from partition.
You are talking about Exodus and you are comparing it to partition. What happened to the Exodus?
Precisely what I'm talking about.
During the pandemic, Shivani, what happened? How many people have been in Exodus have you seen throughout the country due to the failed...
don't draw absolutely bogus parallels. Don't draw bogus parallels. Migration is not the same as Exodus.
No, there is
out of fear.
These people have come back. The governor of the state is acting as a conduit pipe of a particular...
But why don't you give him a report?
And lawyers who have sold their conscience to the BJP.
Yeah, everybody has sold their conscience, but the government who has come to power has no responsibility. I'll let Sai also come in. Sai Deepak, please.
The government has done enough.
Clearly not.
The violence cannot be given a political color.
Sai Deepak, we are being told, Sai, that these people have not died. So it's okay.
No, therefore, that's what I'm trying to say, that this kind of a statement reeks and smacks of arrogance, and this is exactly the conduct of this particular government. Even before the court, they keep making different statements. The governor is lying, the center is lying, media is lying, the left is lying, members of the Congress are lying, everybody is lying. Only Mamata Banerjee and the stooges are actually the repositories of
yes,
truth.
And sold out leader, lawyers like you are the truth barons of this country. Correct.
A state government which is being led by a woman
lawyers like you are the truth barons of this
responsible
country.
for the gang rape of
Why
women.
don't
Shame
you
on the
say that
state
how
government.
much you get paid
Shame on
from the
Mamata
BJP
Banerjee.
account?
Shame on everyone who
No,
supports
why
this
don't
woman
you,
in the witch hunt
show
of the
your
political
bank
opponents.
statement how much money has been transferred into your account?
Please don't try to suggest, Riju, that these fault
I'm
lines
not
don't
suggesting, I'm
exist.
saying.
Please
No,
don't try
I'm
to
not
suggest to
suggesting,
me
I'm saying
anymore,
that people are
anymore,
sold out who are
since
trying
this
to
violence
defend the
continues to
narrative.
happen, since this violence has not been clamped down upon, that these political fault lines
all
don't
the
exist
violence
and these
post
religious
5th of
fault
May have
lines
been
don't
clamped down.
exist. I have to give...
Post 5th of May, every violence have been clamped down on, arrests have been made.
Yet it
Mamata
continues to
Banerjee,
happen. So either you accept you're absolutely incompetent or that you are complicit.
There is, every investigation is going on. Survivors' child are saying arrests have been made and still fake lawyers coming here and peddling a narrative
The Chief Minister of West Bengal
of religious divide. This is the same agenda BJP wants to push in this country.
All you
and
can say is
destroy the
agenda
fabric
all
of
the time.
country.
I'll give 30 seconds to all my guests. Yes, Sai, please finish.
The Chief Minister of West Bengal, especially Mamata Banerjee, as a woman, should be ashamed of denying the fact
Lawyers
of gang
like
rape
you
of
should
women
be
who
barred
committed by
from
her
entering
cadre,
a courtroom
and should
because
be
you have sold your backbone.
And made an example
Riju,
of
if you
for
interrupt
committing this
guests
kind of
like this, I'll have to mute your
and
mic.
anyone who denies it is frankly being
You can do
shameless.
whatever you want. It's your show.
Saurav, question has to be asked of the BJP also. Are you only interested in political mileage of this?
No, not at all, not at all. See, first of all, as a Bengali, I am very much ashamed that my state is in news because of everyday's political murder, rape, vandalization. I mean, is there any law and order at all exist in West Bengal or not? And when it comes to anyone, whether he's a BJP supporter or not, whom should be vandalized, his corpse has been snatched, as a pond has been poisoned, and this gang rape. I mean, a mother has been raped in front of her son. I mean, it's spellbound, nothing to say about it.
Well,
I mean,
clearly not
government
enough to
should
shake the
demand
conscience of
government.
people who talk about democracy and pluralism and constitution at the drop of a hat every day. Mohit, I'll give you the last word also. There is nowhere else to go for these victims, it seems. The courts have to stand up. They have to make themselves count.
In fact, what is even more alarming is that the head of the state, as of date, a few days ago, has made a statement that such small sporadic incidents take place off and on. So just the fact of trivializing these issues to this extent, and the head of the state has to have some amount of responsibility in making such statements.
Even
And
one such case
it really
is
makes
shameful.
one wonder what is going to be happening with the state mechanism and the
Precisely.
machinery when
An
the head of the
absolute
state
breakdown
is
of
instilling
state
such an idea.
machinery. On top of that, there is no accountability, it seems. And there is nowhere else to turn but to the courts. Let's see if they stand up and make themselves counted. I
In
thank
fact, I
all
would
of you for
want
joining.
to add that the victims themselves have made statements
Yes.
where they've said that we've been wanting to make certain allegations and this is our statement. That statement is not being recorded.
All right.
So where does one go?
Precisely. I thank you all for joining us. We'll of course keep a very close watch on these developments, as much as some may want that this is not discussed.